They're staging to show you what's going on inside the plant, where our flag leaf is actually fully emerged, as we see here. And when I dissected the plant in here, you see we're at swollen boot, which is about growth stage 45. You'll notice there's a thing that happens is as the boot swells, as the head gets bigger in here, from our node down here at my other thumb, you notice this becomes the peduncle, which is the stem that joins the head to the plant. And as it swells, it actually goes this way and actually comes up through right there, so that your peduncle comes up, and this is the flag leaf. And you notice this is very critical that we keep this flag leaf green to get maximum yield potential.
All right, we're looking at Stanford on our left and Harvard on our right. The Stanford is actually just about a day behind the Harvard. The head is in the boot. It should come through very shortly. However, that is not necessarily a indicator of maturity. So even though that the Stanford is a day behind at heading, it may not mature. It should mature slightly earlier than the Harvard, like it has in previous years.
What we have is Princeton on the left. You'll notice the height of the Princeton, and as we scan across to the Stanford on the right, a much shorter variety, very good straw strength. And what we're finding is, because of this, a lot of people with extremely rich land that have manured soils make Stanford a wonderful variety to have, that they know that it's going to stand for them and not be lodged in very high fertility soils. On the left, we've got Keldin, our new variety of hard red winter wheat. It would appear that Keldin right now is slightly later maturity. It's sitting at about growth stage 39. It isn't starting into the boot stage, which would be the trigger of the growth stage 40 and 41, 42. So we're sitting at 39. On the right, we see Princeton, which is our variety, our standard variety, our flagship variety from C&M Seeds. And certainly a little further along in natural maturity. We're sitting at the start of boot stage in the Princeton, and we're getting closer to the timing of application of head fungicides. We're looking at our new soft red variety Brooklyn. Note the very erect stems on this variety. This variety has its leaves in a very upright and erect nature. That says to me that that's a variety that can really stand intensive population management, so we can up the population on this variety, get more heads. And as you'll notice here as well, when we get to what we've pulled, this is the most advanced of any of the varieties in this trial as far as emerging. We're past the boot, we're looking at emerging heads. Note how they swell, and then it grows from down here at the node. I don't know whether you can see where my fingers are, and the peduncle, which is the stem that attaches the head to the plant, is extending at the same time as the head is emerging out of the boot and spreading it apart. Noting for disease, we're pretty clean, but we want to make sure that this is sprayed with a head fungicide. Most likely in the next 3 to 5 days, this variety will be far enough emerged to be ready for spraying. But depending on heat, the hotter it is, the faster it grows. If it cools down, it'll slow down. So we have to keep scouting about every 1 to 2 days to make sure we get the right timing. We're looking at 614. It's an exciting new variety that we have. It's not quite as far along as the Brooklyn for maturity. We're looking at a boot stage. It's probably 3 to 4 days behind the Brooklyn. This is an exceptional wheat. It has yield potential. It excites me to see a variety that has yield potential and all of the other things involved, like disease resistance that we have. You'll note the flag leaf is very, very clean. Hardly any septoria on that flag leaf. It's just this variety has a package that puts it all together for the general soft wheat grower. We're looking at Laurel on the right. It's a variety that came through the C&M testing program. Looks exceptionally good in area 2. It's a variety that is sitting at a stage right now that is just swollen boot. As we veer to the left, we're on the, here is that we have our existing Palmer variety, and you'll see a few heads starting to emerge. So it's fairly early emergence. Today is actually May 26th, and here we have heads starting to emerge. That says to me that we're 3 to 5 days away from spraying heads, and we're probably 6 to 7 weeks away from harvest, which should put this field at harvest sometime in mid-July.
Another quick look at the heads just emerging. You can see through there on the Palmer.